So morning yogis, lovely Hatha class, gentle Hatha today. And just begin lying down or seated. And as always, let's just take a moment to settle in. And always come to your breath. Use your breath always as that tool for just tuning into yourself and centering into this sort of moment. These four corners of our yoga mats that we all sit on are like a little sacred space for us, whether we're lying on it, meditating on it, moving through sequences and poses. It's just a lovely boundary for us in more ways than one. Maybe it's a place that you feel safe, or a place that you feel is just yours and no one else's, and no one can get you here because you're on your mat for an hour. Perhaps it's a place where you really connect with your spiritual self as well, and you allow your intuition to flow, your creativity, and where you are comfortable opening your heart space. This is what this means for me, and quite a few other yogis, I think. So it really is a lovely place to sort of honour our little yoga mat, whether it's always rolled out or whether you roll it up and pop it somewhere. Take a moment to root down. Always do this. Every day. It doesn't take a moment just to think of setting these roots into earth. And scan your chakras easily just by thought, glancing at root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, and crown. And as you just linger ever so slow, sort of quickly rather, on each of these areas, you may feel something really intuitively, even without having to think. When you go to your solar plexus, is there a little bit of a panicky or an anxiety feeling there? Or does it feel strong and confident? We're honing our ability to tune into the subtleties of ourselves. Just take a few more belly breaths. And relaxing the shoulders, head and neck every time that you exhale. And so if you're seated, just come into a lying position. Some of you are lying already. We'll start the stretches. So when you're ready, on your next inhale, taking that right arm up and over, hand falls to the floor behind you, flexing into your foot, toes are lifted, and really enjoying that push into the heel and the stretch that you feel in your calf, noticing the engagement of muscle around the knee and thigh, creating space through your waist and starting to really reach with that arm, stretch through the palm of your hand, stretch the fingers, and then point the toes. And when you're ready, exhale, arm down. Just feeling a little bit more open and fresh through that side. And we'll do the same left side, Ida. Inhale, arm over. And then same again. Foot flexed. Pushing into the heel. And really reaching up. Don't overstretch here so that you sort of come into a cramp or anything, but just a nice, enjoying stretch. Point the toes. And then when you're ready, exhale, arm down. Palms up in Shavasana. Just have a breath in between. Feel that balance. And then we'll do both arms up and over. And then this is where it feels really lovely, just to kind of stretch like it's that first morning stretch in bed. And then flex and point the toes alternately. How does it feel through your shoulder blades? How does it feel through the sides of your waist? And then when you're ready, just exhale, arms down, and let everything kind of passively rest into the mat again. Soften the spine. And then we'll bring right knee in, hands around the shin, as always, deep breath in. Exhale coming up, looking through the legs, and just holding the breath out momentarily. Inhale down. Other side. Left side, inhale. Exhale. Hold the breath out. And then inhale down. Same again, third time with both legs. Inhale. Exhale. And really feel everything leave the body, all the breath leave the body. Hold out. And then inhale down. Lovely little rock now. And maybe circles, feeling kind of that mid-spine, rocking between the hips. Feels lovely. Okay, coming up to seated, grab your cushions, we'll do Paramuktasana 1. I don't know if all yoga teachers do this particular warm-up, whether it's seated or kind of lying with the feet in the air, but it would feel so strange to start yoga without this. It's almost, you have to do this, I think, for all your joints. And not just that, just to become very familiar with every part of the body. We can really overlook a lot of our body. So hands to chin mudra, let's drop the eyelids closed. And with the eyes closed, you become more aware of how you're seated through the length of your spine, whether you're kind of slouching or whether you're lifted and comfortable. And then we'll take the chin down. And just this movement, this first movement here, you can really notice what you're holding in your neck and your upper back, shoulders, taking the chin up. And then down again. And whatever you feel when you do this, do you feel it more down your left side? Sort of the muscles that align the left side of your spine or your right? And then up again. And then returning to centre. Let's tilt the head right and left. Just a short pause, just to notice what you're feeling. And then other side again, and left. Coming back to centre, gaze over the right shoulder, left. Same again. Notice if your breath is all in your chest or whether we're still breathing deeply to belly. And then coming back to centre, take the chin down. Rotate the head all the way around. Notice which way you always go first. And another way. Lovely. Coming back to centre. Extending arms out in front of you. So thumbs in, thumbs out. How do your fingers feel today? All the joints, knuckles. And then palms up, down, rotating. And another way, listening to all the funny little clicks that you might hear. It's always wrists and ankles I notice most. Palms up, deep breath in. Exhale. Take the time here to really enjoy that full inhale and exhale. How are the elbows? And then rotating shoulders. How do they feel today? Do they feel quite even, or is one really noticeably different? And in other direction. How does it feel in your shoulder blades when you do this as well? Muscles. Lovely. And release. Okay. Just extending legs out in front. Do the same with the toes upwards. So toes open and close. And then pointing and flex. Clicky feet today. One over the other, rotating. And other way. We get to really connect with our body when we do this. Other side. Getting used to how it feels when we move all these joints. We know that one way it starts clicking and then perhaps the other way it doesn't. We're perhaps also used to how our right knee's going to feel, but one day it might not feel the same. It might feel a little bit different, better or worse, you never know. I can hear a little click developing this side, new noticeable thing. Then hip. And other way. Lovely, left side. And left hip. Again, just aware of your breath. And loving your body, each part we come to, just giving it a little bit of love, a little bit of attention. And then soles of the feet together, come into butterfly for a moment. And let's just have a lovely stretch through the legs. Take some deep breaths. Bring the breath to the belly. Try and relax into the shoulders and neck. This is still just a warm-up stretch, nothing too strenuous, just noticing what you're feeling. And then just gently lifting up. We'll just cross legs and begin with cat-cow, some side twists and side stretches as well. So just resting your hands on your knees, inhale forwards. And then just roll back into that spine. Holding onto your knees, you can really kind of allow your back to sink. And just do this to whatever degree feels nice for you. Notice how it feels through the neck as well as you move. How much you want to drop your head down. And then we can start coming into circular movements as well. So go clockwise. Inhale as you come forward. And exhale as you rotate back. How does it feel through your hips? What do you notice through your waist? Other way. Sometimes you feel muscles you've not used for a while. Or you have been using and you can just sort of really feel the sort of after effects of them. Maybe from a few days ago if you've been out doing something. Coming back to centre. And then right hand on left knee, and we'll take a nice little look over the left shoulder. Nothing too strenuous here, but have a nice lift through your spine. And then other side. What do you notice? Anything sort of between the shoulder blades? Or is it more in your waist? And then come back to centre. And then just with the right hand on the mat. Inhale, take the left up. And we're just going to come into a little bit of a flow with this one. Take the left hand down. We'll come and stretch through the right side. And we'll just do a few more each side here. It's nice to just have a little bit of a pause at the top of this pose. And then just do one more. Either side. Oh, that feels really nice through the side of the body. when we're doing anything with our sides or twists, we're getting into our gallbladder channel. So that feels, just doing that feels quite nice, sort of woken up the body a bit. We're going to come to standing. Actually, I'll tell you what, no, we'll come on to kneeling, and we'll start with the little kneeling sun salutation, then work our way up and do a standing sun salutation, because this is a nice gentle one. Come onto your knees, hands to heart. We'll just do 2 rounds of this, nothing too much. But it's a nice, sweet little sequence. So deep breath in, arms down. And salute the sun, kneeling back onto all fours. Opposite arm and leg, it doesn't really matter which. Other side. Feeling gentle engagement in buttocks and thighs, kneeling back. Coming up and saluting sun. And then just one more little round. Again, just gentle movements, waking up the body. And coming up. Hands to heart. Lovely. Just turn your toes under. Bring your hands to the mat for a moment. I always love to just incorporate a little sort of stretch through the plantar of our feet. Having done reflexology for years, the feet have so many reflex points with parts of the body. Toes, tops of our toes, very linked with our brain points. So coming up to standing now, I think what we'll do is we've just done that little mini sun salutation. So we'll do a moon salutation now. I think we had a new moon the other evening, Thursday. So coming to the top of your mats, and this can be a really nice kind of slow flow. The moon is linked with water, so kind of fluidity, our feminine side. Hands to heart, deep breath in, and open arms down. Inhale, salute our lovely moon, folding forwards. Take a moment here if you need to. It's our first fold of the day, so just observing how the spine feels, lifting, flattening the back, looking ahead, and then right leg back, planting that knee down comfortably, coming into crescent. And then down dog. Have a moment here, ground the bases of your fingers and the base of your hands, lifting that tailbone. And maybe we'll just walk the dog here for a moment. Let's just pace our feet. Pushing the heels down alternately. And then coming to a stillness, taking a deep breath in. Exhale, coming down and back. And enjoying that full exhale. Find the end of the breath. Flow through the pose of 8 curves into Sphinx or Cobra. I'm going to come into Sphinx just this time round, just to kind of awaken my back to this gentle back bend. Just take a breath here. Coming up to down dog again. And then left foot forwards, up into crescent. Coming feet together. And sweeping up. Feels good. Good to move. And then we'll come into the other side. So inhale. Exhale. And salute the moon again. Forward fold. Flattening the back, looking ahead. Left side comes back. And then up into crescent. Enjoying this nice stretch through the legs here. Down dog. Again, grounding hands. Lifting that tailbone. Nice, strong arms. Inhale. Exhale. Find the end of the breath. Inhale to Cobra, Bhujangasana. Strong arms, strong shoulders. Down dog. Right foot forwards. Coming up. Feet together. And then lifting. Oh, feels good. You remember you have a body to move. Let's have a moment lying on the mat. Always good to just take this pause. Pause between poses. Take a nice deep breath in and a nice sigh on the exhale. And maybe another one. Deep inhale. Let go. And just notice when you do that lovely, long, noisy exhale, what parts of your body let go as well. Perhaps it's your middle to lower back, shoulders. So just relaxing here. Let your fingers curl, your feet flop to the side. And just scan. Where do you notice anything through your body? Any little twinges? Anything that feels a little bit more freed up? How does it feel in your heart? Heartbeat? So when we're ready, let's bring our knees into chest. Have a nice little rock. It's always lovely to take this opportunity just to kind of massage your back. When we're on our back, we're targeting the chakras as well. And so let's come up to standing. We're going to do self-salutation, which is that lovely salutation it does involve pigeon pose. So if anyone's got issues with their knees today and doesn't want to go into pigeon, just simply come into all fours and do a couple of cat-cows. But this is a really lovely pose sequence. So hands to heart, think about what you need today. What do you need in your life for the self? So inhale and release arms. As we do, we take the left foot back, Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. And just sort of sink into this pose. It always takes me a few moments just to kind of adjust the spacing with my feet, feel grounded through the front and the back part of our foot, and encouraging that left hip forwards, gazing up between the hands, coming into Warrior 2, so we rotate that left hip back, opening up here more. Take a few deep breaths, see if we can sink into this a bit more. Feeling that strength through our legs. And then gently pass back and Asana. Lovely stretch here. Try and be active all the way from that back heel, the whole length of the side of your body up to your fingertips on the left hand. And then we rotate down into pigeon, bending that right knee, placing the right foot in front of the left thigh. And enjoying this deep stretch here. If this aggravates anyone and you can't do it, don't do it. Please just skip to the next bit. But if we can hold it here for a moment, let's just see what we're feeling. That deep stretch into the buttock, around the edge of the leg. Onto elbows if you want to. We're not going to skip past this too quickly. It's lovely to feel this one. Take some deep breaths. Notice where you're tight, where you're really holding the muscle active. See if you can kind of just let this stretch become passive. Belly breaths. Lovely. Okay. Coming up onto the hands again. And as we turn the back toes under, we're going to come out of this really slowly, slow motion. Feel all that lovely juiciness coming through the body again now. Into down dog. And then deep inhale. Exhale down. We're going to come on into crown roll. So just bring the forehead down to mat, hands either side of the head, and inhale to crown. Exhale to forehead. We'll do 2 more. Crown, third eye. And once more, thinking about maybe purple and then violet. And then coming into either Hasta Balasana with the arms extended or Balasana with your hands back to your feet, whatever feels nice for you. And if you're in Balasana, just let your shoulders roll forwards. Let the arms become quite limp. Breathing deeply, chest against thighs. And enjoying how much your back opens up, the back ribs. And when you're ready, we'll bring the hands either side of the head. Just push up slowly so we don't get any dizziness. And coming up. Child's pose is such a lovely pose, this sort of deep compression. We call it turtle in yin. And we would hold it for longer as well. So coming up to standing, just going to do the other side of that self-salutation. Have a moment as we come up again, any fast movement and dizziness. Take a moment to ground, see the roots coming through the soles of the feet in your mind's eye. So inhale, exhale, release the arms down, right foot comes back. Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. How strong do you feel in this pose? What does it conjure up for you in your feelings? And then Warrior 2. This always makes me feel brave and courageous, if only for a moment. And then side lunge. Lovely stretch here. Gallbladder. And then coming down, pigeon. And again, we'll take a few breaths here, either with the arms straight or onto elbows. Again, if this aggravates anything or really doesn't feel right, don't do it. Just notice when you breathe here whether you are quite tense in your abdominal muscles or whether you can really loosen them and fully breathe. What tightness are you feeling on your inner thighs? And then we'll bring hands either side, turn the back toes under, slowly come out of this, down dog. Inhale, exhale, down and into 3 crown rolls. Notice if you're having any colours in your mind. And after 3, come into Balasana. Bring the hands to feet. Allow yourself to crouch into this tiny little ball. Try and relax your face here as well. Might feel a bit funny when we let our cheeks really soften. Breathing into the belly. And then when you're ready, bring the hands either side of the head, gently lift the head slowly. Opening the eyes, blinking as we come up. Okay, have a moment back in neutral, Shavasana. Just let everything unravel, reset for a moment. Not only is it nice to sort of observe how you physically feel, but how different do you feel emotionally and mentally with that particular sequence, self-salutation, compared with the moon salutation. Notice the different energy that flows through you. Can you feel it in any of your chakras a little bit more? Does it open the heart? Or does it feel stronger in your root? Perhaps it makes you tune into your upper, more spiritual, the 3 spiritual chakras, throat, third eye and crown a little bit more. Noticing what wisdom gets dropped into your mind as we do these things. So when you're ready, let's bring our knees in. Nice little rock here. And so we're going to come into plank. We're not going to hold it too long. It's not going to be too strenuous today, but it is a nice pose to play with at times, especially with our strength. If you can't come into a full plank, then drop the knees down like this, because you're still going to be building strength around the upper body. But if we can come into plank now, so try not to do this. It helps if we have a mirror, or we can really gauge, looking down the line of your body as you can kind of gauge where you are. Okay, just lower yourself down. This is going to be tough. And then just have a moment to rest. Make a pillow with your hands. Rest your cheek on one side if that feels nice. And we're going to come up and do a couple more planks and just turn to the side. Have a moment here with your chest on the mat. Can you feel your heartbeat going? Okay, coming up again. Coming into plank. Again, if you need to come on, just do it onto your knees, please do. Don't let the ego take over. Left hand to centre now, and we're going to twist and open up to the right hand side. So right side plank. And then bring the right hand to the centre, and we'll twist to the left. Left side plank. Notice where you're feeling this in your body, through the sides of your body. And then bring hands to an even spacing. And then drop yourself down. If you want to come down like that chaturanga, lower yourself and then come to the mat. A bit like a really slow press up on the way down. Take a few deep breaths. Notice what you're feeling. Bit of stimulation through your arms. And then when you're ready, we're going to come into Sphinx. So elbows underneath your shoulders, nice little back bend here. Let's pause here and notice what we feel through our lower back. If this is too much for somebody, bring the elbows forward more into crocodile. But in Sphinx, notice again if you're very tense through the buttocks, lower back, whether you can gently release through the backs of your thighs and legs. And then we'll come down. Make a pillow. Or you can bring your arms down to the side of your body so that you're even lower to the mat, whatever feels best. And now we're going to come up into Cobra. I won't hold it too long, but hands sort of slightly below the shoulders, come up. The elbows are still bent and the pubic bone is still on the mat. Gazing forward, you're going to feel engaged through your buttocks here. And then just gently lower. Maybe just push back for a moment into Child's. And then we'll come back into Cobra. Make this just a little flow for a moment. Strengthening through our arms as we move through Cobra to Child's. And you might not be able to bring your bottom all the way back to your heels, just flexing the spine gently. And then just finally bring the body forward, make a pillow, have a rest here for a moment. Close your eyes and just think about how your spine feels. And then we're going to come into up dog. So hands even a little bit lower down than we had before and coming up. This is where the body does lift away from the mat and the arms are now rigid. The body feels like it's hanging. If this hurts anybody, don't do it. And then we'll just lower down, just exploring this ever so gently. Make a pillow. Probably feel it in your wrists as well then. And then finally, with this little series of working with our lower back, we're going to bend out our knees and see if you can grab your feet with your hands. Rest your chin on the mat. And if you're happy here, just staying here, then just stay here. But if you'd like to lift up and explore bow pose, then we can take a nice deep inhale and come up, lifting the legs away from the mat, lifting the chest away just as much as you can. You might not feel like you come up very far. And then just gently lower and release. Turn onto your back. Let's take Shavasana. Quite a lot of lower back attention there. So just gently find this nice neutral pose. Again, sigh on your out breath. It's a lovely way to release what you want to get rid of. Relax your shoulders from your ears. Take the arms slightly further away. Relax your buttocks. And then we'll bring our knees in one at a time, nice and gently. Have a rock. And we're going to come up to seated. So having taken the body backwards quite a bit, we're going to just come into, I'm going to call it dragonfly because that's what we call it in yin, wide-legged pose. We're going to bring the body just gently forward, so we're feeling a nice stretch in the opposite direction, counterposing the curve to our spine, but also just encouraging a lovely stretch on our inner legs. When we feel it on the inner legs, we're targeting our liver, spleen and kidney meridian. So just let your hands relax here. We're taking a bit of a yin energy with this particular pose. Just let everything soften. Try and relax through your ankles and feet. Don't have a flex in them. And breathe deeply to the belly. Open into the whole chest cavity, ribs expanding. Relax into shoulders, head and neck. And as much as you feel this lovely stretch, try to be passive in the stretch. And just feel whatever you feel. What do you notice around the backs of your knees? Around your hips, inner thighs, around the groin. And gently lifting up. Bring your legs together, just lie back in Shavasana for a moment so that you felt the spine move in the opposite direction. Just balancing out the body. What do you feel? Where do you feel it? Tune in. And then bring the knees in. We're going to come to seated. And what I'd like to do is mindfulness of breath. So come onto your cushions if that's more comfortable, because we're going to be sat for a few minutes. Mindfulness of breath is often a practice that I do at the beginning of a yin class as a meditation, but it really is lovely to, well, it's yoga, so just bringing it into Hatha as well. We'll probably do this for about 4 minutes. So get yourself comfortable, and then after this we're going to lie down and have relaxation. So I'll just remind people, if we haven't done this regularly or recently, mindfulness of breath, there's 4 stages. The first stage, we count the exhale, 1 to 10. Then we swap and we count the inhale, 1 to 10. And in stage 3, we drop the counting completely. And stage 4, we become highly aware and really attuned to how it feels to breathe. So what it feels like around each nostril, how it feels maybe the breath over the top lip and the expansion in our chest. So just rest the hands to Dhyana Mudra. And, when we get to about 10, I will sort of alert you, and perhaps we'll shift if we're all at the same stage. So relax everything. And we'll begin. So count the out breath, 1 to 10. Keep relaxing. After 10, just swap to counting the in-breath. Stay with your breath. After 10, just stop counting and just continue to breathe. And now begin to really heighten your awareness of everything you feel as you breathe. The suction around the nostrils on the inhale. Perhaps the warmth on the exhale. How your chest and shoulders perhaps move. And the warmth over your top lip. And just with one more conscious breath, noticing any colours in your mind or any images. Gently start to relax into your mat, or remain seated if you wish. Come into relaxation. You might find that you're really relaxed where you are and you just want to continue. Just allow yourself to get comfortable and warm. As you lie there, just relax. Find anything that's tense within you. Look through every part of your body, every nook and cranny, and relax everything that you can. Scan from head to toe. Continue just being aware and following your breath gently. Nice soft breath. And drawing your awareness to your root chakra. And just trying to see a beautiful red rose open here. As the red rose opens, colour comes out of it, like a beautiful red mist, and just fills the pelvis, the base of the pelvis and your legs, all the way down to your feet and toes. Imagining that you have red feet, red toes, red legs. And your sacral now, just below your navel. As an orange flower opens, perhaps a marigold, beautiful orange colour comes out, like a mist or a haze, and just surrounds the lower belly, lower digestive system, lower back. And try to imagine you're wearing this colour, almost like an orange sash around the lower belly and back. Bring these colours into your aura. Solar plexus now. Perhaps think of a daffodil or a little buttercup, yellow, whatever yellow comes to you, and this opens up and fills this mid part of your body and spine with beautiful sunny energy. Let these colours go into your body as well as around your body. Let them filter into your organs, into your liver with yellow, gallbladder, the spleen, coming up to your heart center, thinking about maybe a pink rose, but the green of the stem and the leaves. Bring these colours into mind, and perhaps you see a green surrounding your heart. Let this fill the chest cavity and up to the shoulders, and fill your arms all the way down to your fingertips, your palms, elbows. Everything is green, maybe with a swirl of a pale pink in there. And let the green go into your heart, lungs, all this part of your body. Your throat, a pale blue now, and see this, a little pale blue flower, whatever you can conjure up, and the colour surround the throat and the whole of the neck like a blue scarf, but also coming into the lower part of your jaw. Let yourself be filled with this colour. And as we come up to our third eye, we see perhaps a purple or an indigo colour from a flower that opens. And let this fill and surround your whole head, from third eye all the way down to this upper part of your jaw. And finally, your crown energy. Think of a white flower that opens, a lotus or a white rose, and white surrounding the top part of your head. Perhaps you can imagine a beautiful crown or a white lotus placed on the top of your head. Let this white energy come into the head as well as surrounding the outside. What you've created is a beautiful rainbow around you, a rainbow body and a rainbow body within. And let the vibration of these colours just heal anything that needs healing, physically, emotionally, mentally. And maybe now you'd like to see all these colours that surround you sort of start to merge and move like an oily pattern. Start to imagine all these colours in your auric field. And that you're walking around in a rainbow. Just sit with this for a little while. as you rest there. Just take a moment to scan and notice if there's anything still tight and tense in your body. Consciously let it go. Know the feeling of being completely relaxed. Gently just take a few breaths as a way of starting to move the body. Conscious breaths to the belly, up into the chest. Lovely slow exhale. Feel your body through your breath. And then just start to feel your body through gentle movement, fingers and toes. Rock the head. Just flex if you're seated or sway. And if you're lying down, just bringing knees gently into the chest. Have a few moments to do this. There's no rush, and then we will come to seated. Feel your body. How do you feel from before your practice and then now? In all respects, hopefully calm and peaceful. The mind is like the snow globe that's just settled. When you're ready, coming to seated, we'll chant 3 Oms as we close our practice. And just feeling good, knowing how yoga makes us feel good and well. So drawing hands to Chin Mudra, drop the eyelids closed. We'll take 3 chants of the mantra Om. So inhale. Bringing hands together, rubbing palms, creating heat. And then palm the eyes, blinking, letting the light through your fingers, and then hands to heart center. Om Shanti. Namaste.